ceremony will begin in 1 minute.
Welcome to your new home, Tar Heels. We're so glad that you chose Carolina, and we can't wait to see the impact that you make here.
Welcome, new Tar Heels. The faculty at UNC Chapel Hill are excited to meet you and help you learn and grow.
Welcome to Carolina. You made a great decision to come to UNC Chapel Hill, and we can't wait to see you here at Kenan Stadium cheering on the Tar Heels this season. Go Heels!
Hey Tar Heels, Carolina has become my home away from home, and I know it will become yours too. We're so excited to get to know you.
I, along with the other deans at UNC Chapel Hill, welcome you to Carolina. Our world-class faculty will challenge and inspire you.
Hey Tar Heels, so many of us are here to help you thrive, find a sense of belonging, and become your best selves.
The General Alumni Association and Carolina's nearly 350,000 living alumni welcome you to Carolina and to Chapel Hill. You'll be a student here for just a few years, but you'll be a UNC alumna or alumnus forever. Go Tar Heels!
Welcome, Tar Heels. Over the next few years, you will meet so many new people, like I have, who will become your lifelong friends. We are so incredibly happy to have you guys here.
We're so grateful you made the decision to become Tar Heels. We're excited for what's to come, and we are excited to get to know you. Welcome home, Tar Heels.
This is an awesome scene here. Welcome to the 2021 convocation at America's first public university, the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. We're so excited to celebrate you, our newest Tar Heels, the class of 2025 and the class of 2024, and our transfer and graduate students. Thank you for being flexible with the changes that we've had to make with this evening's program due to the weather. My name's Kevin Guskowitz, and I'm the Chancellor here at Carolina. I came to Carolina 26 years ago as a faculty member, and every day I love this place more and more. This year, as we learn together in person, we are still fighting against the COVID-19 virus. And so I really can't emphasize enough the importance of wearing your masks indoors and to get vaccinated if you've not already done so. It's important for your health and for the health of everyone around you. I'm so excited for your journey here in Chapel Hill. You are an incredible class. 19% of you are first-generation college students. You are Carolina Covenant Scholars, student athletes, community servants, and entrepreneurs. Together, you represent 94 North Carolina counties, 46 states, plus the District of Columbia, and 98 countries. Each one of you has earned your place here at Carolina. Each one of you is fascinating with your own story to tell. Share your story and learn as many of your peers stories as you can. I hope that you meet people that you would have never otherwise met had you not chose to come to Carolina. You will enrich the experiences of all of us. The conversations around the classroom, on Polk Place, in the dining halls. These will change your life, and they'll change the lives of all of us here at Carolina that you get to know. This description of how great you are may not feel true right now. You may be feeling scared or overwhelmed. You may be looking back over the last year and feeling grateful that you just made it through. You may have had people who you didn't think believed in you or the many possibilities that are now in front of you as Tar Heels. You may not feel destined for success. But if there's one thing that I want you to hear today, I want you to hear this. We, your faculty here at Carolina, your incredible world-class faculty, the administration, and I believe you will accomplish incredible things. We believe you will question why things are the way they are here at Carolina and around the nation. We believe you will be part of solving grand challenges, the grand challenges of our time. We like to take on big problems here at Carolina. We believe you will build careers that don't even yet exist. In short, we believe you will change the world. No matter where you're coming from or how out of place you may feel right now, you are Tar Heels and you belong here. We believe in you, and we believe that there are no limits to what you can do. And so my advice to you is this: make the most of every opportunity that's available to you while you're here on this journey at Carolina. Take classes with incredible professors, people like Rich Superfine, who leads our Be a Makerspace across campus, Sarah Truell Roberts, who teaches American politics, emphasizing Congress and the Supreme Court. She leads our program for public discourse. Rita Balaban, an award-winning teacher of Econ 101, or Jeffrey Sayre McCord, who directs our program, our PP&E program, philosophy, politics, and economics. Get involved in Sustainable Carolina as we are accelerating our plans for sustainability on campus with an eye toward just solutions. Our goal is to reach climate neutrality by 2040, and student organizations like RESPC are working to get us where we will meet that goal of 2040 through their renewed energy initiatives, and you can be a part of that. Lamar Richards, your student body president, is going to tell you more about how we're working to build a more diverse and welcoming community here at Carolina. So pay attention to the possibilities that Lamar imagines for all of you. Take a Triple I course. Those are our new ideas, information, and inquiry courses, co-taught concurrently by 3 star faculty from 3 different disciplines around the grand challenges of our time. These courses push our students outside their comfort zone and create lines of sight to potential majors and minors that you may have never thought of joining before. Or take a COIL class where one of our faculty pairs with a faculty member at a university across the globe and connects our students with the world beyond Chapel Hill and our national borders. Expand your opportunities outside the classroom. Go try something you've never done before. Work with our world-class faculty in a research lab, get an internship, or join one of our more than 800 clubs and organizations dedicated to the arts, sports, culture, and academics. And finally, make sure you have some fun while you're here. It's an incredible place. Get out to some athletics events. Our soccer, field hockey, volleyball, and football teams are going to have incredible fall seasons, and you need to be out there cheering them on, especially as Coach Ducard just told me, this Thursday night, women's soccer here over at Dorrance Field. We plan on seeing all of you there to cheer them on. In short, make the most of every opportunity this magical place has to offer. Then you will see how much is possible. I hope you see what I see in you. Endless possibilities for how you will succeed and make a difference in this world. Now, I'd like to introduce you to the platform party. These people will have a big influence on your Carolina experience. As I introduce each of them, I'll ask them to stand. Please hold your applause until I've introduced everyone. Dr. Bob Bluen, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. Dr. Amy Johnson, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Dr. Leah Cox, Vice Provost for Equity and Inclusion and Chief Diversity Officer. Student Body President Lamar Richards. And Quentin Bobb, Undergraduate Student Attorney General. You may be seated, and we're going to invite our keynote speaker here in a second. You'll encounter many people throughout your journey at Carolina, and some are here today representing campus leadership, deans, faculty, and staff. I know the weather prevented some of them from being with us tonight, but will those representatives, faculty, deans, and staff here this evening please rise so we can acknowledge you. I now would like to invite Provost Bob Bluen to come to the podium.
Thank you, Chancellor, and welcome. Among the values of a great public university, values at the core of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, are academic excellence and intellectual curiosity, opportunity, service, and inclusion. And of all of our values are grounded in integrity and ethical behavior. Carolina is unwavering in its commitment to excellence in teaching, research, and service. We promise to offer a superb education for all students. We also commit to address needs and challenges in our state and in the world through the highest quality research and outreach. UNC Chapel Hill encourages discovery, innovation, and entrepreneurship to find cures and solve pressing societal issues through interdisciplinary inquiry, collegiality across borders, broad partnerships, and public engagement. Accessibility and affordability have been core values throughout our history, and we are committed to helping current and prospective students meet the cost of college. We also commit to providing a learning environment where every student, every one of you, is empowered to take ownership of your education, your opportunities, and your decisions in order to thrive, graduate, and grow into lifelong learners. As North Carolina's University of the People, with a tradition of service for the common good, we are committed to advancing the well-being of the state of North Carolina and the world. In so doing, we educate scholars and students about society's needs and prepare you, our students, for civic and global engagement and leadership. I cannot emphasize this next point enough. Carolina embraces a campus culture where all values, beliefs, structures, and behaviors reflect our strategic priority to build our community together. We are a welcoming community that is committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion, where everyone feels valued and respected. And the foundation, the very bedrock of our values is and must be integrity. Acting with integrity and honor in all things is an uncompromising expectation for every member of the UNC campus community. In joining the Carolina family, you are pledging to hold yourself and our institution to the highest standards of ethical behavior and to be accountable to one another, to our alumni and friends, and to the citizens of North Carolina. The pledge you will take in a few moments is the outward sign of an inward, individual commitment to integrity and ethical behavior that, when joined with the commitment of your fellow students and faculty, staff, and alumni, ensures that the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill is a place where honor, integrity, and ethical behavior inform every word and every action. The failure of even one of us to uphold this commitment not only fails the individual, but fails the rest and fails our university. I believe that you are here because you want to be part of a place of honor and integrity. If you find yourself confronted with an ethical dilemma at any time during your years here, seek out others whose ethics and integrity you respect. In addition to your fellow students, the faculty, staff, and administration are here to support you. Don't hesitate to reach out to them. If you haven't already, you will receive an envelope. I want you to open that envelope now. It's a little wet. Inside, you will find a tassel. This is a symbol of where you're going to be 2, 3, 4 years from now, achieving the status of Tar Heel alumnus. You will find Carolina traditions that you will come to know by heart. You will also find your envelope has a card with the Carolina Honor Code. For more than 100 years, Carolina students have maintained a system of self-governance and discipline. This is fitting for someone who is going to make a difference in the world, an important tradition that we expect each of you to carry on. Here now is Quentin Bobb, undergraduate student attorney general, to recite the honor code with you. Welcome, Tar Heels.
All right. Please join me as we take the pledge. As a student of the University of North Carolina, I am on my honor not to lie, cheat, or steal, and to encourage others to uphold this Carolina tradition. All right, congrats, and I look forward to seeing how you'll leave your heel print at UNC.
Thank you, Provost Bluen and Quentin. It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you tonight's keynote speaker. He's one of my closest friends and colleagues. He's an incredible faculty member who believes that you can do amazing things. He's the executive director of the Shuford Program in Entrepreneurship. Prior to accepting this role in 2017, Professor Bernard Bell worked as an entrepreneur in residence and served on the Dean's Working Group for the program in entrepreneurship. Professor Bernard Bell has been particularly invested in teaching, mentoring, and coaching students with a special emphasis on social entrepreneurship ventures. He's a proud 1982 Carolina alum and a successful entrepreneur himself. As chairman and CEO of Urban Media Solutions and previously as senior vice president for TV One, the lifestyle and entertainment cable network. Please welcome your professor and coach, Bernard Bell.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am excited, and thank y'all for showing up tonight in the rain. I think it's a great statement for starting a fantastic year. So the church I went to had the following scripture over the visiting preacher's head. It said, "Blessed are the brief, for they shall be invited back." So like a good Southern Baptist, I will make this quick. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to UNC class of 24 and 25. Also, did anybody lose this in the parking lot? Got everybody's attention. That always works. And I needed to get y'all's attention because I want to share a couple of thoughts with you here. So today is my birthday, and 40 years ago, thank you. Very, very, very kind of y'all. Very kind of y'all. That's right. Yeah. At least we know y'all can't sing. Class of 2025. Wow. Well, y'all, 40 years ago, I sat where you're sitting. And never did I ever think I would be back here, much less doing this. And so I want to thank my good friend and one of the coolest brothers y'all will ever meet, our Chancellor. We call him Kevin G, for giving me the opportunity. And y'all, he has dealt, as you all know, with a lot over the last year and a half. And every time I see him, I say, "G, how you doing, man?" He's like, "I'm doing great. I'm doing great." And I'm like, wow. He's a solid person, and I hope y'all get a chance to know him. As Kevin said, I'm Executive Director of the Shuford Program in Entrepreneurship. And our motto there is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. We're a minor, and so we're housed in the College of Arts and Sciences, so anyone who's in any major can be part of our minor. Our goal is to not necessarily have you start a company, but we want to teach you the entrepreneurial mindset, how to spot an opportunity, how to validate it, how to scale it into a business, and hopefully create a successful enterprise. But along the way, and what we're really, really good at, is helping our students build the confidence so that you can do whatever you want to do in your life. And so I encourage you all to check us out on LinkedIn or shuford.unc.edu. Y'all with me so far? Okay. So when I thought about what I wanted to speak about today, I had lots of mixed emotions. As you all know, there's so much going on in the world that it's easy to get sidetracked by world events and almost become pessimistic about the future. Do I talk about Black Lives Matter, the pandemic, Nicole Hannah-Jones, the Board of Governors, the Board of Trustees, the economy, the election, 1619 Project? And I found myself getting anxious and stressed. So I decided to approach it like my grandfather would have done back in the day. He was born in 1898, right after slavery reconstruction, and for the next 88 years, he built a small tobacco farming business in Reedsville, North Carolina, that we still have today. And he would say, keep it simple, always do what's right, have integrity. So in keeping with his keep it simple mantra, there are 3 thoughts that I'd like for you all to consider as you begin your UNC journey. And these are 3 thoughts that I wished someone had told me and shared with me when I was in those same seats. So I'm going to ask y'all, can you hang with me for about 7 minutes? Can I get an amen? Let me get a black church amen, 4 syllables. Hey, amen. Okay, well, here we go. 3 points. Number 1, authenticity. Who are you when nobody's watching? Number 2, the valley moments will define you. And number 3, it's all about the people you meet along the way. Who are you when nobody's watching? So a semester is really 91 days. And so starting today, you have 91 times 8, or 728 days to get it right. Let me share with y'all how I spent 364 of those days. I got to UNC. I wanted to be important. I quickly became life of the party. I made great new friends, and between the new friends, the drinking buddies, and all that went on between, I soon got lost in myself. By second semester sophomore year, I had burned myself out. I was trying so hard to fit in because I wanted to be desperately, desperately liked and life of the party. And so, it was through this journey at this university that I found my authentic self, who I was when nobody was watching. And I found others on campus who were searching to find their authentic selves and who just needed to know there were others out there like them. You see, the lessons learned on the journey to establishing those friendships built my confidence and allowed me to have a great college career. And that is what this great university is all about. But you gotta do the work. You hear me? You got to do the work. I was forced to look at myself and see who I was when no one was watching. This university allowed me the journey to love myself. And see, when you have low self-esteem and you don't like who you are and you want to be liked and you're trying to be life of the party and you're dealing with depression and anxiety, and guess what? And a black man in America. I could have written a bestseller on glass half empty thinking. So rule number one, you got to understand who you are. You got to be honest with yourself. And if you can do that, you are 80% there. Y'all with me? Can I get an amen? All right. Point number 2. Understand the importance of the valley moments. So while you're here at Chapel Hill, you're going to run up on some peaks and valleys along this journey. But the valleys will be what define you. You need to learn to embrace those valleys. See, I call it the peak, P-E-E-K, to peak, P-E-A-K model. So you will get a peak, P-E-A-K, at the peak, P-E-A-K. But to get to the peak, you got to go through the valley. And it's the valley moments that will define you. A bad relationship, a job loss, a financial setback, loss of friendships, and working through them will build your confidence and resilience. And just when you think you've gotten to the end of the road, it's the turn in the road where you have beautiful vistas and better scenarios, but you got to keep moving. Your strength will be developed as you claw your way up the side of that valley. Point number 3. Y'all with me? Okay. The people you meet along this journey will change your life. You will most likely fall in love and fall out of love and fall in love and out of love and in love again. And these will be the best years of your life as they were mine. I met the best people and played the best sports and joined the best organizations and dated the best women and witnessed the best basketball national championship in 1982 with the best player, Michael Jordan. That's right. I had the best professors and took the best classes and went to the best parties. My roommate from college was my best man in my wedding, and I in his. And those relationships allowed a dude from rural North Carolina to live in New York and DC and LA and Chicago and Atlanta and Africa and China and Australia and travel the world. And had I not come to UNC, none of that may have happened. You may meet your life partner here. And if you're willing to be vulnerable, ladies and gentlemen, UNC will allow you to create endless opportunities because we are a public university that prepares people to change the world. So I need y'all to do me one favor, class of 24 and 25. I need you to consider something. If y'all with me, give me an amen. All right. Okay, they don't go to church over here. All right. I need you to consider choosing courage over comfort. You hear me? Courage over comfort. Because we, all of us, need you. And being courageous means willing to be vulnerable. You see, it's what allows me to get up and share with all of you who I've never met that I'm not perfect. Because I've learned that the most powerful teaching moments are those where I've screwed up and have had the courage and the confidence to admit it. And so as you embark upon this life-changing journey, remember, it is not the critic who counts, nor the man or the woman who points out how the strong person stumbled. It's that little nerd dude that was me. I was cool, but I was a little nerd dude, sitting in the front row of class, who has the faith and the courage to look at themselves in the mirror when they're brushing their teeth and truly understand that being both brave and afraid at the same time is called being normal. It's called being normal. And so, in closing, remember that the greatest fear in the world is the fear of what other people think. So now you're about to become a special part of this place called UNC. May these be the best years of your life where you learn to love yourself and be tender with yourself and really, really know and like who you are. So welcome home. Go Heels.
Thank you, Bernard Bell, Executive Director of our Shuford Program in Entrepreneurship, for sharing those incredibly valuable words of wisdom through the lens of not only an alumnus, but also a professor here on campus. And let me just say one thing. That Shuford Program in Entrepreneurship is probably the most popular minor that we have here at Carolina. Go check it out. One of the beautiful things about Carolina is you don't have to choose a major right out of the gate in this first semester. Go out and explore We graduate more students with double majors and minors, and that Shuford program in entrepreneurship is one of the best. One of my favorite combinations, I met a student 2 semesters ago, double major in physics and music with a minor in entrepreneurship. You can't do that at any other place but Carolina, so go check it out. It is now my pleasure to introduce your Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, Dr. Amy Johnson.
Hey, thank you all. Thank you so much, Chancellor. I have to say, I'm tempted to lie and tell you all it's my birthday. Good evening, and welcome to all of our first and second year Tar Heels. You have made it to Convocation. As the Chancellor said, I'm the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, Amy Johnson, and we are thrilled to be with you today in person. On behalf of the entire Carolina community, we have been working hard over the last several months to make this a seamless transition from your virtual experiences over the last year to a rewarding year of residential learning on our beautiful campus. We also recognize that some folks are joining us via live stream today, and we have students who will continue in a remote environment this year. We send our warm welcomes from Chapel Hill and are confident that our experience over the last year will ensure that our remote students have the personal, high-touch Carolina experience for which we are known, even at a distance. As the Chancellor said, we know you're going to do incredible things during your time at Carolina. We also know that the next several years of your life will fly by, so it's important to make each day count. If you do, your time here will transform you. The college experience is about learning and developing into the engaged citizen and leader that you want to be. You do this in the classroom, in your residence hall, on the field, through your student organizations, through your internship and work-study experience, and as volunteers and members of our Chapel Hill community. I encourage you to explore the more than 800 student organizations and hundreds of clubs and intramural sports on campus. Are you interested in student government? How about gospel singing, Bollywood dance, scuba, Quidditch, e-gaming, Taekwondo? We've got it all and more. There's a place for you here. To help you find the activities and organizations that are the best fit for you, plan to make the most of your first weeks here, which we have aptly named Weeks of Welcome. Between now and the end of August, our WOW activities will help you meet new friends, learn more about campus, and find the right activities and organizations to join. This includes Small Fest, our student organization involvement fair that will be held over multiple days in the pit. While we're really disappointed that the weather forced the cancellation of Fall Fest last night, we plan to incorporate some of those activities scheduled for that event into our Small Fest plans. For other chances to engage in student life here during Weeks of Welcome, just browse the Heal Life website at heallife.unc.edu. And don't forget to take care of yourself while you're here. Carolina has an incredibly strong network of resources to support your well-being. From our Dean of Student Staff to our student wellness, counseling and psychological services, and campus health teams, we're here to help you during your transformational journey at Carolina. If you need help getting connected with any of these resources, please just ask any member of our Tar Heel family. An important part of being a member of our Carolina community is about the life-lasting connections we all share. We look out for each other. We reach out when a fellow Tar Heel needs a hand. And we shout out to celebrate each other's accomplishments. Our successes are tied to one another. We hope you'll have many, many of those successes at Carolina and that you've already had a chance to feel that sense of community. We're confident that you'll experience often in the coming months and days. We're so happy to have you as members of our Carolina family. And so, without further ado, I'd now like to turn over the mic to two other important members of our Tar Heel community. I'm pleased to introduce our Student Body President, Lamar Richards, and our new Chief Diversity Officer, Leah Cox.
Good evening, everyone. Today, as each of you sits in your seat and begins to position yourself within the Carolina community, your mind may be filled with thoughts, questions, and most of all, expectations. Each day, as individuals, we grapple with expectations, those others set for us, those we set for ourselves, and those we set for the people and spaces around us. Standing before everyone today, I know that you hold different expectations of who I am as a person, student, and leader, and of what I am here to say to you today. For some, you may be gripping the arms of your seat in anticipation of inspirational words, words that will uplift you, igniting a fire in your bellies as eager first-year and second-year students as you embark on a new chapter, exploring the physical spaces of Carolina for the first time. Others may expect me to set a different kind of blaze to the university today, one sustained by examining an exhaustive list of our university's critical issues and necessity for future-facing, student-centered, and student-driven version of Carolina. While I cannot guarantee I will share what each of you expects today, I will tell you this. Carolina is a complicated place. This complication comes naturally at a university the size of Carolina with its immense global footprint. Issues arising are simply unavoidable. Nevertheless, here at the country's oldest public university, we inherit an obligation to face the most pressing global issues head on. We are charged with this responsibility, and each day we strive to create, innovate, and problem solve to uncomplicate the things that make Carolina complicated. Similarly, as students exploring various fields at Carolina, we are charged with unique challenges. Each day you will strive for excellence in the classroom, in your extracurriculars, in public service, gaining valuable insight and experience, which will set you on the course for working or pursuing additional education upon the end of your undergraduate experience. However, your experience as a Carolina student is much more than just your academic commitments or your extracurriculars or your public service. Carolina is you. Part of your responsibility, immersing yourself in this robust and diverse campus, is to challenge us, your peers, your TAs, your professors, to do and be better each day. Never be afraid to use your voice and share your perspective. Your voice matters. As you visualize and craft your expectations for the year ahead and your time at Carolina, remember, there is no perfect picture of success. There is only you and your best. So every day that you wake up, a Carolina student does not challenge yourself to outdo and outmaneuver your peers or strive to meet someone else's expectations of you. Give your best every day. Remember, there will be days when your best looks different or less than it did the day before. And no matter how significant the difference, be proud of your efforts. As you acclimate to Carolina, I offer you the words of French philosopher Michael de Montaigne, who said, "He who fears he will suffer, already suffer because he fears." It is easy to categorize individual events as success and failure, but I challenge each of you to look beyond those labels. Your job as a student is not to prevent failure, to look at rejection as an endpoint, but rather your task each day is to give your best at each thing you do. Moments will come when you will not achieve the outcome you desire. In these moments, holding faith in yourself to trust in your process is crucial to achieving the success you envision for yourself in the future. We have established that Carolina is a complicated community, but most importantly, Carolina is your home, and you should never change who you are in an attempt to fit in here. Today, and all around you on campus is a vibrant community of students, as excited and as exuberant as each of you. And among these people, like a home, You will find places and spaces you feel most comfortable. Lean into these people and allow them to support you and celebrate you as your authentic self. On a campus with 800 plus student groups, amid the buzz of 30,000 students, it is easy to get swept away in the enormity of it all. But the more connections you attempt to build, the more faces become familiar, the easier it will be to find your place and you will thrive. In the months ahead, you will face a significant adjustment. Some of you will have your first go at using a laundry machine, learn how to use the bus system, and many of you will expand and modify the ways that you learn and study. Nevertheless, no matter the difficulty you face in the coming weeks, remember, you have already completed the most challenging part. You made it here. You soared through the grueling and extensive admissions process, improved your academic aptitude, commitment to lifelong service, and showed off your large aspirations to change the world. You made it here. You make it anywhere. I repeat myself. You made it here. You can make it anywhere. As your student body president, I want each of you to remember that you will always have a friend in me. No matter the issue, I will be a relentless, fearless advocate for each of you every day. Never be afraid to reach out to me if there's anything you need at any point along the coming year. I hope the start of your academic year is everything you need and deserve it to be. Welcome to Carolina, and go Heels.
Welcome, class of 2025. I'm Dr. Leah Cox, Vice Provost for Equity and Inclusion and the Chief Diversity Officer. As of now, I'm completing my 4th week here. I can say that I'm excited to be a part of the Carolina family, and we're both beginning our journey together. As you begin this chapter, it's important that you take the time to experience and engage in the many activities, programs, organizations, and classes that help you to learn more about those with identities different than your own. Many of us arrive at college with just a small snapshot of the world that we live in. I was a first-generation college student when I began, and I had no idea all of the things that I would learn and experience during my 4 years in college. While I was from a big city, I can say that in many ways I had not experienced the richness of a diverse community. College is where I learned about cultures different than my own, participated in organizations that enriched my understanding of community, took classes that allowed me to engage in dialogues about topics and ideologies that were different than my own, and to meet people who would forever shape the person I am today. This is an institution invested in creating a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive Carolina. So the author, Jacqueline Woodson, said, "Diversity is about all of us and about figuring out how to walk through the world together." So I encourage you to begin that walk where you engage with all the members of the community, where you begin to embrace the differences of others, where we all work to figure out and understand that diversity and inclusion is about all of us here at Carolina. Our diversity is our strength. Welcome to UNC. And now I'm going to ask you to turn your eyes to the big boards for some hype.
Class of 2025 and class of 2024, welcome to your new home and congratulations. I hope you're inspired by all that you've heard this evening as you launch your Carolina journey. I can't wait to see where that journey takes you and know that we are here to support you every step along the way. We will see you back here at Kenan Stadium for graduation before you know it. And I can't wait to see the amazing ways that you will change our campus and eventually the ways you'll change our world. Now it's time to unveil your class banners. Please direct your attention to the field as class officers and Order of the Bell Tower present the class logos. Each summer, the General Alumni Association gives students the opportunity to begin building their class identity by voting for their official class logo. This logo will serve to unite and identify your class during your time at Carolina and for many years to come. Thank you. I'd like to give a special shout out for our new student and family program staff and student leaders who worked all summer to prepare for your first year. To the student members of the Order of the Bell Tower and Tar Heel Beginning Board for greeting you. And many thanks to the staff of Kenan Stadium and our events team for making tonight possible and hosting us. How about a round of applause? We're almost done. So please stay in place until our alma mater, Hark the Sound, concludes, and then your RAs will lead everyone out of the stadium. Welcome to Carolina, and go Heels.